Greetings, my saplings. Okay, so in today's video, we are going to be discussing the Yeezy 700 Mauve. To be specific, like always in these How to Cop guides, we're going to be mentioning some release info for the shoe and some background information, how to cop them, and of course, like always, some resale predictions for those of you who might be interested in reselling the shoe. So we're going to kick it off with the background information for the sneaker, but I completely understand some of you guys are strictly here for the How to Cop portion and the resale predictions. For that, feel free to skip to this portion of the video. For the rest of you who might actually care about the shoe, feel free to stick around and let's jump right into it. So let's begin with the silhouette of the sneaker before we even jump into this brand new colorway. The Yeezy 700 Wave Runners were first debuted in 2017. You could actually pre-order them for $300 August 12th, 2017. What some of you guys don't know is that these shoes actually sat for a decent amount of time. This is something that I actually talked about in my Yeezy 700 Wave Runner How to Cop guide video. However, by November 1st, hype had built up exponentially. Of course, after two more releases, the prices for resale kind of died down, but that's besides the point. My point is that these went from sitting to being one of the most sought after Yeezys. In fact, before the March 10th release, these were considered the most limited Yeezy. So I found one comment on my Wave Runner video that sums up what I'm trying to illustrate pretty well in a nutshell. When I first saw these, I thought they were awful, but now they've kind of grown on me, and I think, frankly, guys, a lot of us could agree with that, so feel free to comment below if you feel the same way. A lot of people didn't like these initially, but now all of a sudden, people love them. And I understand with this new colorway, some people are skeptical as well. Anyway, diving deeper into this specific colorway. What exactly is Mauve? Well, Mauve is a pale purple color named after the Malva sylvestris plant. Now, I was very curious personally to know why out of every single color and shades of color, Kanye chose mauve. Granted, it's not foreign, it's not completely foreign to the fashion community, however, it is extremely niche. Well, of course, it's no question that Kanye puts a lot of thought into some of the work that he's put out there, so bear with me on this one, guys. Essentially, Malva plants were placed upon the graves of the ancients because of the notion that the dead could feed on these specific plants. But why would this be relevant to Kanye at all? Why would Kanye care about this? Well, honestly, it's no question that Kanye himself has dealt with unfortunate loss, but I think the bigger picture here is that really all of us have dealt with loss, and if we haven't yet, we will in the future. So perhaps there's some sort of deeper meaning to this shoe, or maybe I'm just overthinking this, and Kanye just, one day said, hey, that's a cool color, I'm gonna put that on a sneaker. Maybe that's it too. But guys, what if the green represents chlorophyll, and the brown outsole represents soil? So it's like a plant. Shut up, Keith! Alright. I think I just get a little carried away. But anyway, guys, feel free to let me know what you think about the colorway and why Kanye chose this specific colorway. Anyway, though, these shoes will be releasing for $300 on October 27th. Alright, so now with that out of the way, why don't we jump into how to cop these sneakers. Let's talk about how you can get your hands on these. So the best way, without a doubt, is obviously copying through adidas.com. If you've been in this community for quite a while, you guys already know what we're going to be doing. We're going to be using the multiple people jig, and if you do this right, I can almost guarantee you that you're not just going to get one pair, you will probably get multiple pairs, manually, without a bot, for retail. I know, for some of the new guys out there, this sounds crazy, right? Like getting multiple Yeezys for retail without a bot? Well, believe me, it's very possible, so let me break it down for you. When it comes to adidas.com, they track your cookies. They do not track your IP address. So, in other words, you can't just open up a bunch of tabs and expect to get lucky, but you can actually just use multiple different devices on the same Wi-Fi, or you could also use different browsers on the same Wi-Fi because each individual browser has their own cookies, just like each individual device has their own cookies.
Contraband check. What are these?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know how they got there.
But there's got to be a more efficient way to do this, right, guys? You're exactly right. There is a more efficient way to do this. And now, for all the veterans out there, you guys already know what we're going to be talking about right now, so feel free to put your feet up on the coffee table, lean back, kick back, relax. For the new guys, though, I'm going to break it down for you so easy that your grandma could do it. So easy that Uncle Gary could... I don't want to talk about Uncle Gary. I'm gonna go take a cold shower, guys. So to do this, the first thing you're going to want to do is open up Google Chrome. You have to be on Google Chrome for this. Then once you're on here, go to the top right corner of your screen. You will see a little person icon. Maybe it says your name up there. Essentially, you just want to click on this. Then after that, you want to scroll down and click Manage People. After you've done this, click on Add Person. And after this, give that person a name, a cool little picture that it provides you with. Of course, it doesn't matter which one. Then you click Add, or on some computers you will click Save. Then all you got to do is copy and paste the Yeezy product page onto each individual user. Just the adidas.com/Yeezy onto each of those users. Now I'm going to give you guys a quick tip right now to make this extremely easy to view, because you will notice if you use a lot of Chrome users, it gets very messy. For Mac, all you got to do is hit the F3 button at the top of your keyboard, and you will get a view of all of them at once. Now, for Windows computers, you have to hit the Windows button and then the Tab button while you're holding the Windows button, or perhaps it's vice versa. Just experiment. It's really simple. And then at 9:40 a.m. Eastern Time, somewhere around that time, the splash page will open up, so you have to refresh manually every single one of your Chrome users. Then it will say you're waiting in line. You guys already know what's up with this. And then at around 10 a.m. Eastern Time, that's when stock actually goes live. When stock goes live, you'll see the sizes pop up at the bottom of the screen. And for all you guys who are wondering if there's a limit to this, is there a cap to how many users you could have in the same household? Absolutely not. That's the beautiful part. And this is what pisses me off when people say they can't cop. Look, it's definitely possible for anyone to cop. The whole trick is just making more Chrome users. It's like a raffle. You know, if you only make 5 Chrome users or get 5 raffle tickets, you're probably not going to win. But if you have 20 to 40, or maybe even 50, you have a pretty good chance of getting into the purchasing page or winning that raffle. Hopefully that was a simple enough analogy for you guys to understand. But anyway, with that out of the way, that's how you cop on adidas.com. It's going to be super easy there. Also, free shipping there. Moving on to Yeezy Supply. Yeezy Supply will be a first come first serve, and unfortunately they're usually at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, but this time I'm expecting it to be a randomized drop, unless of course a page does come up where it says opens at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. The reason I say it's random is because the last Yeezy 700, granted the creams that just released were not random, they were at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, but the Yeezy 700s, which is the same silhouette as these, they were a randomized drop. I'll keep you guys updated when it comes to that. Feel free to turn on post notifications and subscribe to stay updated on these shoes and really any other hype shoe that's releasing in the future. Now, finally, moving on to the Adidas app. Yeezys will no longer be releasing through the Adidas Confirmed app. They're now going to be through the Adidas app, where this is where the SMS verification thing was implemented. So guys, we can still use the multiple people jig. We just need the SMS verification for the Adidas app, which really doesn't affect anything, because honestly, I don't really win on Adidas Confirmed at all. Basically, just download the Adidas app, and the more money you've spent on your account from when they actually started this process, you have a better chance of copying. Unfortunately, they don't count any of your past purchases, even though they're in your archives that you can access through that same app. Kind of ridiculous if you ask me that they don't count any of that, but of course, you know, it's genius marketing. You know, they're trying to get people to spend more money on the GRs. I go more in-depth into this video right here. Feel free to check it out. So yeah, basically, it's kind of like pay to win, you know, somewhat similar to this one company. Can't really think of their name right now, but pretty sure they won some sort of award or something like that. And then, of course, aside from the Adidas app, we also have lots of raffles and first come first serves that will open up. The thing with these, though, is that the prices will not be $300. They will probably be a little more than that. And if they are $300, it will be in a different currency, which usually is marked up. So if it's 300 euros, that's a lot more than $300. So honestly, you shouldn't really be focusing on them, and I'll mention why as we jump to these resale predictions. So jumping into the resale predictions, do I think they're going to sell out? Absolutely, they're going to sell out. And in fact, I think these are still going to be profitable despite that high retail of $300. I would urge you guys, as of now, just as of now, to stay away from the stores that are charging 300 in euros or perhaps $400. You're definitely going to want to stay away from that, because that's a whole $100 profit gap you're witnessing right there. And obviously, pre-sale is not a good indicator this far out from the release. But since it is a 700 silhouette, although it's not going to have the same demand as the OG colorway, it's still going to have very similar demand, and the stock is going to be much, much less limited, simply because there's only one release for these compared to 2.5, I guess I'll call it, releases for the original pair. So yeah, I think these are going to be profitable. Nothing too crazy just because of that high retail price of $300. But if you get enough pairs of these, you could definitely make a pretty penny off of this release. Of course, I'll keep you guys updated. I'll update my resale predictions as we edge closer to the release date. But with that, I'm going to conclude today's video. Feel free to leave a like if you enjoyed it or if you perhaps learned a thing or two. With that though, subscribe, turn on post notifications to stay 100% updated on these and every other shoe, and I'll see you guys later. Have a fantastic rest of your day.
Knocking me over every single day. Get your foot off my foot. Ah. Get your foot off my foot. Yeah. I should have run the other way. Now there's just one thing to say. Get your foot off my foot. Ah. Get your foot off my foot. Yeah. Get your foot off my foot. Oh. Get your foot off my foot. Yeah. Get your foot out of my foot, yo. Get your foot off my foot.
Contraband check. What are these?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know how they got there.
Well, I think you do know.
No, Derek was in here earlier. He was making the beds. He probably put them, I was in the John.